Welcome to Passage to East Africa with me, Shenaz Shamji. Get ready to embark on a culinary journey as we explore the bold, vibrant flavors of East Africa made simple right in your kitchen. Today, I'll show you just how to bring authentic East African recipes to life. So let's get cooking. Today I'm going to make muthias, which is a very typical East African dish. It's very elaborated, very involving. You need a lot of skill to make it. So I have invited my daughter Arya to join us. Also, it's one of her favorite dishes. One rarely makes it because it's a very involving dish, but I got it right the fourth time when I was young. So don't give up, keep on trying. There's two stages to it, and it's basically a one-pot dish. So the technique around it is to actually how to make sure that by the end of the cooking, nothing is overcooked and the right timing of introducing the ingredients comes in. As we go along, I will explain to you how. But when you look on the internet, you will see muthias as just dumplings. And muthi means a feast. So these dumplings are like sausage-like dumplings made of millet flour and flavorings. And you actually make them into dumplings using your fist. So we call them muthias. But in the Gujarati cuisine, muthias just means muthias, the dumplings on its own. But in an East African dish, it's a stew that we actually put the muthias in there. In the Gujarati cuisine, they actually semi-fry the muthias so they don't break. But in this one, we're not going to fry them. We're going to put them straight into the pan. And I'll show you the technique that my mother-in-law, Shamji, alias paternal grandmother, taught me how to work around it. It's a very sentimental dish for me because when I had my launch of my book Passage to East Africa last December, 13th December 2023, I made a big pot of muthias and everybody went for it because it is something that many people like, but it's not made often by people. This is a very nutritious stew because it contains greens, beans, vegetables, chicken or lamb, and a lot of flavorings. Coconut milk is very important in this one. Again, in East Africa, we have regional variations. So you have the Ugandan cuisine of muthias, and then you have the Tanzanian version. So because I'm married to a Ugandan Asian, my mother-in-law used to cook it without the coconut milk. And because I came from a Tanzanian coastal area, we did exactly the same, but we put in coconut milk and lots of lemon juice. And she actually likes that version. And I think coconut milk brings it the creaminess and the richness. It's a very challenging dish, and don't give up. Just watch. You might need to do it a few times, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, if you can master this dish, you'll be very, very popular with friends.
She's very popular with us, that's for sure.
So you'll need Arya's help later on to assemble the dough to make the muthias, okay? But she will help me throw things into the pan.
So we have ingredients there, Mum.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yes.
So we got 1 kilogram of chicken, or you can use leg of lamb pre-boiled. The chicken I prefer with bones because it gives that flavor. Then we got what we call baby aubergines. Now the baby aubergines, I'll use it for a reason because they don't disintegrate that fast. The problem with muthias is that potatoes or aubergines can actually disintegrate and make it all mushy. So I use baby aubergines because they actually stay firm, and I crisscross them like this, almost to the end, not quite to the end, and I leave the stalks on so they don't disintegrate. So you can see. You can use other forms of aubergines as well, but then the cooking time varies. So if you use those long big ones, that is a shorter cooking time, you put it a little bit later. And then if you use the long ones, then it's half the time of this one. So just be mindful that you can substitute, but make sure the timing. But today we're going to use the timing of this one. So these are all cut up 10 aubergines. And they use a lot of beans that don't disintegrate. So we have black eye beans. You can either pre-soak it at home, the dried ones, and then boil them, but I've used the tin ones. And then we have a very African bean called parazi. The other name for parazi is gungo peas or pigeon peas. They come in a tin. Most of them are available from Asian stores or Afro-Caribbean stores or the main supermarkets. They're quite readily available now. Traditionally, people used to use methi, which is fenugreek leaves, but if it's quite laborious to chop it up, and you can substitute according to my recipe. For instead of 1.5 bunch of methi fresh, you can use half a mug of dried methi leaves and pre-soak it. Okay, so this is pre-soaked methi, so it just rehydrates it. It looks less than 1.5 because it's obviously dried, so that's the right amount. 2 tablespoons of ginger paste, 2 tablespoons of garlic paste, 1.5 teaspoons of coconut milk. Okay, so the total is 600 mils. They come in 400 ml tins. Now guar or flat beans, I pre-boil them top and tailed in minimum water. So this is almost cooked. I'll just show you how guar looks like. And to top and tail, you actually, that's top and that's tail. Okay, so the reason for topping and tailing is that first of all, these are the hard bits that come in the mouth, but it actually lets the flavors penetrate inside the guar itself. And then we have 400 grams of tomato pulp, 3/4 cup oil, 1 cup of peas, 8 new potatoes or 2 large potatoes, all cut into about 16 pieces, and 2 cups of chopped onions. That's just for the stew, okay? And then we have 3 large cinnamon sticks, 1 tablespoon of jeera powder, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, 1 tablespoon of turmeric, half a bunch of washed coriander as usual. I leave the stalks separately and the leaves separately. The stalks I put earlier to give it the flavor to and then the leaves have a separate flavor. They're used at the end, and it also gives a nice look to the dish. Salt to taste again, juice of 2 lemons and 2 teaspoons garam masala. So that's the stew itself. Now the muthias, the dumplings, it makes about 24 muthias. So we have 2.5 cups millet flour or bajra flour, we call it in Indian language. Half cup desiccated coconut because it's difficult to make fresh coconut. So you rehydrate it and pre-soak it in water for about 10 minutes. And if there's any surplus water, just throw it away. 2 teaspoons garlic, 1 teaspoon garam masala, 1 teaspoon salt, 3/4 teaspoons jeera powder, 3/4 teaspoons haldi or turmeric, 2 green chilies again to your taste, 110 ml of coconut milk, 8 teaspoons of coriander leaves, 8 teaspoons again of the fresh methi rehydrated like I explained earlier, and then 150 ml of water to make the muthias. So before we make the muthias, I think we will just put the chicken to boil. Yes. So we've got the chicken. I'll put it in the pan. And it has to be cooked in 1.5 cups of water. Oops. Yeah, okay. And 1.5 cups of water. Two teaspoons of salt. Keep stirring it. Add 2 tablespoons ginger paste. Okay, so we've now put the chicken and water and the rest of the things in the pan, and we put the cooker on and bring it to boil, and then cover and simmer. About 45 minutes, don't overcook the chicken, okay? So earlier when it starts boiling, we cover and simmer, okay? So in the meantime, we make the dumplings called muthias. So I will ask Alia to assist me in that one. So Alia, we got the millet flour. Can you throw in 1/2 cup of desiccated coconut, yeah? Yeah, make sure there's no water in here. Yeah. So that's it. That's rehydrated. 2 teaspoons of garlic. So we flavor the muthias as well. 1 teaspoon of garam masala. That one, yeah. 1 teaspoon of salt. Yeah. Yeah, that's enough here. So Arya, you need to put in 3/4 teaspoons of haldi or turmeric. The 2 green chopped chilies, again subject to how hot you like. 110 ml of coconut milk. Comes in a tin. 8 teaspoons of coriander leaves, chopped. 1 tablespoon dried methi leaves here, on water squeezed out here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So before we do anything, Alia, the chicken is boiling, so I will cover the lid and put it on simmer, okay? Okay, Alia, now you got to use your hands. You wash your hands, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, mix this all up, and then we will put water in it to make it into a dough. All right?
Reminds me of when you're doing it in the kitchen. Yeah, now it's my turn.
Yeah, she never lets me use my hands when I'm serving, so now it's payback time, Alia. Yeah. Hard, go.
It is hard work.
Yeah. Hold the ball and go on.
It's really sticking to my fingers.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah.
So what memories do you have of working in the kitchen with anybody, any family members, any fond memories?
Yeah, I guess of this dish in particular, I really remember obviously your launch last year. We had a joyous occasion in which there were many friends and family that joined to commemorate the launch of your book. And this was one of the big dishes, and as you said, it all got eaten up very quickly. It's just so delicious. It's so nutritious, and obviously we're marking the first year since your book launch. So it's great that we're making it today.
We have some vegetarians in the family as well, so I made a separate pot exactly the same without the chicken, and it was a hit again. So it doesn't have to have meat. It's still very, very flavoursome without the chicken or the meat.
And I can definitely agree with that because I was a vegetarian at a young age, and so it was one of my favourite dishes at that point too in my life.
Okay, so Alia, now we have to add the water, but do it slowly, because once you put too much water, then it's too late to do anything about it. So it's better to put less and less. Okay, and then you can always add more. Okay, so put a little bit at a time. Yeah, it's already mixed. Yeah. Okay. So Alia, shall I throw in a little bit of water?
Yeah.
A little bit of water each time, and then mix. So there's
what kind of consistency would we need it to be?
Yeah, so I'll show you. It doesn't have to be too soft nor too hard. If it's too hard, then the muthias don't swell well. It just becomes like, but too soft, they will dissolve. Okay, so it's just, this will actually, the 150 mils is worked out. So let's hope that it conforms to that. Yeah. So keep on hard kneading. Yeah, hard kneading. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Millet bajra flour is a low GI flour, so you feel really full afterwards. And in the Indian subcontinent, when farmers used to farm, their wives would bring them bajra rotlo, the flat bread made of millet flour. So it's high sustenance. They feel full up till the evening time. So the muthias are the same. They don't have much gluten. Okay, so
nice healthy dish.
Yeah.
And it's that perfect kind of dish for sort of autumn and winter time as well.
Oh yes,
it's got
yes.
It's very filling.
Yeah.
And if you've got the time with all of these ingredients to prepare it, it'll be a wonderful dish.
So now Alia is qualified to give me a hand in the next time I have guests at home. She had us 2 nights before. So these muthias can be made because it's a very elaborate dish. This dough can be made the night before, and then we can fold it in the next day. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think just a bit harder. Can you knead a bit harder? Yeah.
She's working me hard, Bill.
Yeah. So, actually, it says a little bit. We could do with just a little bit more water. So I said 150 mils, but it's trial and error. Okay.
The good job was to run away from the kitchen and leave Mum to it. She's the pro.
Okay, so Alia, now I have a qualified assistance. Yeah, now give it a really, really final good. Yeah. That's it. Well done. Yeah. Still, I'll show you. Yeah. Use your knuckles, okay? Use your knuckles to get to it. And they will go a little bit harder because of the desiccated coconut even though it's rehydrated, can sometimes absorb the water from water. So I think we are nearly there. Okay. So if you bring a tray, Alia, we can assemble the muthias in there.
Mum, I didn't realise that it was so much work.
It is a lot of work, yeah. But it's a special, and it gives me absolute pleasure to be able to have people that enjoy the dish. Okay, so sometimes people just put muthias without this flavoring, and they just put flour and water and salt, but it's not the same. You have to have the flavoring in the muthias, okay? Even though the stew has a flavor. So you take like Alia, you take like a golf ball size thing, yeah?
About this much?
A little bit less.
Yeah, less?
Yeah, because we will have to make 24s, I think. And then you hold it like this, okay? These are the like sausages. So you use your fist, yeah.
Because?
Yeah. Okay. So we go like that.
I feel that the dough is sort of sticking to my hands.
I was waiting for you to say it. So if that happens, I have a bowl of water ready for you. I was waiting for you to say that.
Perfect.
Because the first couple is they don't stick. But after that, they start sticking. So just wet your hands slightly, and then use that. Start kneading, so they don't stick. Okay, so that's the technique. Okay, so
Oh yeah, that's much better. Actually.
much better. Yeah. Okay, not overdo it. Okay, yeah, and leave them quite near each other because you go to. So in the meantime, as Alia's folding the muthias, we'll start with cooking the muthia dish, the stew itself.
What are you doing, Alia? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Coming along. Your
yeah.
tip of using water.
Okay.
To help.
The chicken is done, so I better switch it off. Okay, you don't want to overcook the chicken. All done. So we'll start with making the stew now. Okay, it has to be on a high heat because and a big pan because everything will just start coming out. Get it on flicker. Yeah. Okay. So I put the pan on, and I put in oil. It looks like a lot of oil, but for the volume, in the end, it will make sense. And you put the cinnamon sticks and the green chili, so you might start coughing a little bit. So. But I'm trying to make it easy for you. Okay. So the oil is hot. And then you turn the cinnamon sticks. I'm sure that's going to go lovely. Okay. And then the chilies. Sorry, I have to lean over, but you can see what I'm doing. And then after a few minutes, we put in the onion. Here they are just beginning to turn brown. So I always use a very high heat for quickness. So the onions are nearly browned, turning brown. We add the methyl leaves on here. This and the tomato. Jeera powder. Yes, sorry, that's the jeera powder. Jeera powder. Yeah. Coriander powder.
So many powders, Mum.
Yeah.
So many ingredients.
Coriander stalks. Okay, salt to taste. So I will actually put this. And then we'll decide if we want to put more. The temperature should be high now, I know.
Yeah.
Turmeric. You can look there. I just cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes on high. Yeah.
It's really great to make this with you, Mum. I've never made it before. So.
Yeah, so it's nice because it's good to know something. I think when you see something, it makes a difference. registers more in the head.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's quite a process.
It's quite a process.
Many different steps, isn't it? I hadn't quite appreciated that.
Yeah.
All these years that you've been making it.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Smells amazing.
Okay. So about 2 to 3 minutes. Now we put in the cutting baby aubergine. Oops. And then we put the spinach. Yeah, sorry, I maximum heat.
Yeah.
Spinach. Peas. Okay. And what I did earlier is when the chicken was cooked, I took the stock out, and that's the chicken without the stock. And the stock I will use it later on. Okay? So let's go the chicken. And then we add the guar, the flat beans. Mix it well. Go for it, darling. You can see the number of
Quite a workout.
so many saucepans, but all ending up in one saucepan. Okay. So the barazi or the gunga peas, or the piki peas.
You put the water in it?
A little bit is okay. Yeah, right. And that one. Okay. And the potatoes, of course. Spring the potatoes. So they are cut into roast potato size, okay? And cook for 10 minutes or so, okay? Yeah, on high, yeah.
I feel like I'm not doing a very good job at it.
Oh gosh, I forgot to put the garlic, but it doesn't matter. Things happen.
What would we have put that in, Mum?
When we were just finished frying the onions. Yeah, before we throw in the tomatoes. Yeah.
Can't leave out the garlic.
No, gosh, no. Okay, so we had about 10 minutes of boiling, cooking, and Alia, now we put in the meat, the stock from the meat, and any from the guar and everything, and it's 4.5 cups, if I'm right. Yeah.
Yeah, and just there's not enough stock, one.
Then you make it up with water. Okay. So just add it. That's okay. Bring it to boil again. Yeah. And then the coconut milk. Yeah. And I've tasted the salt, and it's still okay. Yeah. And it any more. Bring it to boil. How does it look?
It's looking good, and it's smelling even
Smelling better, yeah? Okay, can you smell the methi?
Yes.
Yeah? And you see the aubergines are still intact, yeah?
Yeah, they've changed colour as they've been cooking.
Yeah, they get darker, yeah. So you bring it to boil, and then you just, there's no set time as such, but you keep checking that all the ingredients are cooked. Now the trick, the tip is that sometimes potatoes come in different types of varieties. So some potatoes cook faster than the others. So if you feel somehow that they have cooked too early, then you actually take them out. Okay. Because once potatoes mash, that's it, your whole recipe is gone. Okay, you end up with a stodgy stew, okay?
For I guess you don't want to make them too small.
Yeah, that's why I make them big, yeah. So because they're small, they cook very fast, all right? So we'll sort of check the potatoes that they're not overcooked. And undercooked is fine, because by the time, it's such a big pot, and in the heat, the last stages can take place, yeah? So we can... So the way I check potatoes is to pierce a knife. Yeah, it's sort of like
quite hard still, isn't it?
Still hard, yeah. But we have to keep checking with the potatoes especially, okay? I can smell the methi, I can smell the spinach, the coconut. Yeah. And any coconut dish that you cook, you must put lots of lemon juice. Okay? And the lemon evaporates very fast. It's citric acid. So lemon, you will notice in most recipes, is normally introduced right at the end. So it stays into the dish. Otherwise, you lose its evaporation. And garam masala gives it the kick, the powder. It is again last minute, because otherwise the smell will just get into the area. So you want those two are the last minute ones. And coriander leaves, as usual, it has its own crunch and its own texture and its own flavor. And the muthias will go in just last 5 or 10 minutes before the end of the dish.
How do you do, Mum?
Oh gosh, look at that. She's done a good job first time. Well done. She deserves a big plate of muthias today.
We can't wait. That would be the best gift.
Okay, we'll see you in a little while again once this is cooked. Okay, Alia, so when something boils, what do we do after that?
Simmer it.
Simmer it. So before you simmer, what do you do?
Turn the heat down.
Yeah, okay, do that, yeah, turn the heat down. And then the last one?
Do we cover it?
Yeah, good girl. You're your mom's girl. Okay, yeah, make sure it sits well. Yeah. Okay, tight. Okay, and simmer. Okay, make sure it doesn't overboil, yeah? So, yeah. Okay, all right, so we'll do a little check in a little while to make sure everything is cooked before we put in the muthias. That's a real technique, so you have to watch that very carefully. And either your grandma, Shamji, taught me how to put the muthias unfried. Okay? Okay, so now you can see the muthias have been, the stew has been cooked. The potatoes are just about cooked. The aubergines are definitely cooked. And they haven't disintegrated, they're still intact because I've left the stalks on, and they are that sort of aubergines, the baby aubergines. You can see the lentils and peas and everything intact, so that's very important. Now comes the very tricky bit, where this stew has to be boiling. Okay, and Alia, your grandma Shamji, taught me how to put these dumplings in the stew without them breaking. So you both technique. Yeah. So you push all the solids out, and then you drop the muthia vertically. Okay. In the space. Okay. And they have to be boiling. If it's not boiling, then they will dissolve. So when they boil, it's a very fast cook. Okay. So we did that portion. Now you push that portion. Yeah, make sure you don't have an accident, okay? So they shouldn't stick next to each other, okay? Vertical, okay? And then the next one.
So you move your way around the
Yeah, and make sure you don't touch the muthias, because then you'll otherwise break. And millet cooks very fast, literally 5 minutes, and it's done. Millet is what we make bajra no with as well. Okay. Okay, so there's the soy inside. It has to be boiling all the time. This will just undercook the vegetables slightly. Yeah? Okay, that side. Make sure you don't go. No, stay solid. So that's how your grandmother taught me. And I taught her to put coconut in there. Okay. And then you can do a little bit in the, now we've already done this, so we don't touch that again. So the last few, you know what? We can put the lemon juice and the garam masala now.
Do I need to stir this, or no?
Just lightly, yeah. We could have put it a bit earlier, but yeah, that's fine, yeah. So now we haven't got space, so we put them horizontally. Okay.
Can't wait for this to be done.
And you don't use a stirrer to make sure that the Muthias don't. Now, how do you mix everything up? So what you do, Ariel, is you shake the pan. Okay. Yeah, so it was set as well.
It's like dangerous work.
It's a very dangerous work. So you shake the pan. You don't use this till the Muthias after about 5 or 10 minutes, okay? So the flour will actually also, the Muthias will also thicken the stew. And so it will be slightly thicker in a little while. And upon settling, it can, yes. And if you want to move, just go.
And Mum, do you keep it on boiling?
Yeah, you keep it on boiling, yeah. Otherwise, they will break, yeah?
And how long is that for?
About 5 minutes. 5 minutes, because, and then it's 5 minutes resting time, so it cooks by then, yeah? Otherwise,
so you take it off the stove?
Yeah. Okay, I think the 5-10 minutes have gone, or about 5 minutes, 7 minutes, I think. So now you can stir the Muthias very gently, very, very gently. I switched off the cooker, yeah? You can see?
Oh yeah, they're completely intact.
They're completely intact, yeah? Okay, so that technique of frying them beforehand, there's no need for it. And the flavor was actually inside the Muthias. You see the Muthias intact? Yeah? They haven't broken. We will actually have Alia tasting. You can see now the sauce is a bit thicker, and Alia will be tasting it. I think I've shredded some of the chicken, but you don't mind, do you?
Oh, absolutely. It's falling off the bone, clearly. It's going to be even more juicy, no doubt.
So if I dish it out.
This looks absolutely delicious. It smells wonderful. It smells and looks just as I've had at home. And I'm really looking forward to trying it.
And if my daughter's happy, I'm happy. Dish it out.
Looks so good.
Yeah.
What I love about this dish is that it's like proper soul food, Mum, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, it's comforting.
Really comforting.
And I think the anticipation when it's being cooked, of the smell of the methi, and I think it's a very nutritious dish, don't you think so?
Oh, absolutely. Just with all of the vegetables that go into it and all of the herbs and spices, it can only be good for you. And the coconut milk too. But it's interesting because it obviously came from East Africa, where you're from, and it's continuing to be eaten in our households.
Yeah, that's a continuity of tradition, yes? So we put the Muthias on the top.
Indeed. And it's so unusual with the Muthia themselves. It goes beyond that step of just being a stew, a vegetable stew, and meat stew, but it's got this sort of different texture which comes with the Muthia itself.
Okay. And I think that I actually eat the Muthias and the potatoes. I just love the... All done, Alia. Are you ready for it? Yeah. So it's best to have it with coconut chutney. You can have it without, and lots of lemon juice. But the coconut chutney already has the lemon juice. So I'll leave you to taste it and tell me what you think of it. It's really, really hot. Okay, at the moment. So yeah, I'll do it for you.
It looks absolutely delicious and it smells wonderful. Can't wait. Like soup. Big chunks of Muthia here. Here goes. Really hot. That's really good, Mum.
That's good.
Really good. Just like how we have it at home. Really tasty. I mean, the chicken is just coming off the bone. It's so soft. And it goes really well with the zingy coconut chutney as well. There's just a lot of like textures and flavours. And yeah, just a really gorgeous, delicious dish.
Thank you. So you see, it's best to make it in a big quantity, isn't it? Parties, yes? There's so much work in it, yeah? But it's worth it.
Yeah. Can you freeze this, Mum? Can you freeze this?
I would freeze it without the potatoes. Okay? The potatoes don't freeze well. The muthia, everything else will freeze well.
Perfect. I'll be making a big order.
Yeah.
Batch order from you then.
No problem. Anything for you, Adia.
You're the best.
Thanks for cooking along with me today from my cookbook, Passage to East Africa. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And for even more East African inspired dishes, check out my book, Passage to East Africa, available from Amazon. See you next time for even more cooking with me, Shenaz Shamji.